Hey guys, I hope you guys are having a lovely weekend so far. I wanted to talk about change and how change is like flowers and how change is like a tree or like a plant. And this week I was walking through some gardens and just thinking about change and admiring the plants and the trees, and I just had this vision come across and I wanted to share this with you guys, but oh, there's something in my eye. But change, right? Like, as we all know, change is scary, change is uncomfortable, change could be messy, and it's scary too, right? But change is also very beautiful, and change is also wonderful, and change opens up doors of possibilities that we didn't even know existed. And with the vibrant unknown, it also brings so much more vibrancy in life. And one of the visions that I had was how change is like a flower or like a tree. And let's say you grow up with a tree outside of your window, and all your life you wake up to that tree and you go to bed to that tree. And at some point, that tree starts to die out or that tree dies. And you have to take the tree out, but not just cut it like with a not just cut the the branches, and not just cut the trunk. Like, you have to really dig out the root and take it all out. And just like a flower too, right? Maybe you grow up with a a bush of flowers, you know, and at some point that bush starts to die out or it doesn't blossom as much, and same thing, right? Like, at some point you have to take out the plant, and not just, again, the stems, but taking out the whole root of the plant. And I was thinking how that's exactly how our patterns or our beliefs or some of the actions that we've been doing all of our lives are. Sometimes we grow up with a certain pattern or a certain belief, and even sometimes a certain like way that we do things, and at some point in our lives those things don't serve us anymore, and at some point they may cause more suffering than the product of love or the product of compassion or the product of bliss, you know. And sometimes we hold on to those patterns, to those beliefs, to those actions because it's all we've ever known, and it's hard to just really let go of all of it together. And it's work, right? It's not just, okay, time to let it go now. It doesn't work that way either. And sometimes you just have to get tired of being tired of these ways of living or these ways of thinking. And going back to like how this relates to like a plant or a tree, sometimes we hold on to hope, right? That plant will keep blossoming. Is that a word? Blossoming? Correct me if I'm wrong. Or we hope that tree will continue to grow, but at some point we have to take the roots out, you know. And the same thing with change. Like, at some point we have to really let go of these paradigms and these ways of thinking and these ways of acting or these ways of doing a certain way in order to keep growing, and in order to get in touch with that love, that compassion, that bliss inside of us and who we really are. And so going back to that, it's like pulling out that plant, that tree, that flower, and putting in new seeds, right? And putting in new seeds, watering them, and making sure they have enough sun, and making sure that, again, they have enough water and enough of our attention and so forth. And those seeds grow into a beautiful tree or a beautiful flower or a beautiful bush of flowers, right? And the same thing is with change. Like, at some point we have to kind of take out all the roots of these things, right? And plant new seeds within our hearts and within our brain. And like a flower and like a tree, you have to water it and you have to take care of it. And basically it's taking care of yourself, right? Like take care of yourself and water that seed, and just that new way of thinking, that new pattern, that new paradigm, that new action, you know, like another way. And eventually, like, that pattern, that paradigm, little by little, brings more love, brings more compassion, brings more bliss, and eventually you do get that huge blossom of flowers. And within the change within yourself, like, eventually brings in that feeling of love, or that feeling of fuck yeah, like this serves me, I can serve, and so forth, you know? So yeah. I'm like, what else do I want to say? I always feel like I just want to just keep saying something because yeah. Later I'm like, oh, I forgot to say that. But yeah, so change is kind of like a plant, like a tree, like a bush of flowers. And I think that it's always uncertain, even when we plant those seeds of like, oh, is it gonna grow? Is it gonna work out? Is it gonna give me some beautiful flowers or some beautiful branches or maybe some shade? And the thing is, just planting the seed because you know that the plant no longer serves you, and just planting that new seed and cultivating it and just having faith, you know? Yeah. Okay, so I think that's it. Much love, guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and buy yourself some flowers. So I got some flowers to celebrate Carla and I finishing our workshop yesterday, and it's been a month, and that's fucking exciting. So anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye.